Good day all. This is Ansel James and my continued tutorial on the installation of Windows 2008 Server. In the last instance, we would have gone through the steps of installing Windows 2008 on a virtual machine. I also installed Windows 2007 and Windows XP. In this instance, we're actually going to connect all three machines together. And in a subsequent tutorial, we're actually going to promote the Windows 2008 server to the domain controller. So firstly, let us connect the machines to make sure that they can communicate with each other so that you don't have problems when you're actually creating your domain controller and connecting the client to that domain. Firstly, let's look at the settings for each virtual machine. So you simply click on your VirtualBox settings, you go to network, and in your adapter you want to ensure that you have all of them attached to the same connection. So you're attached to the host only adapter. The VirtualBox host only Ethernet adapter defaults automatically, and the advanced settings, you want to ensure that the promiscuous mode is on allow all. Okay, we would have done this for all. You can just double check to ensure and move forward. Right. Within the setup of the Windows 2008, the initial configuration task box would have come up. Within that, if you notice, the computer name and domain, the work group defaults at work group, but the full computer name is a computer generated computer name. You would want to change that one time so that it makes life a lot simpler going forward. So you double click on that and you have computer name, click change, and in this instance I'm going to name this server A, and let's go server underscore A and say OK. The indications are that you must restart. We're going to restart it now. Close. Restart now. Restarting will actually ensure that the change takes effect. You're going to see this throughout the tutorial, where when you make certain changes, you will have to restart your virtual machine. Okay, having restarted, we would have gone back to the initial configuration task page where you see the full computer name as server A from what it was initially. Thereafter, we're actually going to now make changes so as to set up the IP configuration. Into control panel, network and sharing. You want to ensure that the network discovery is on, file sharing is on, public folder sharing is on, printer sharing when we don't have any printers, so that could be off, and password protected sharing off. Go to manage network connections and your local area connection comes up. Right click, properties, you want to uncheck Internet Protocol version 6, highlight version 7, go to properties, and this is where you're going to actually configure your IP address. Now in this initial stage, we're actually going to configure a static IP. So you're going to use a particular IP. In this instance, we're going to use 192.168.0.1. The subnet mask defaults automatically, and we're going to leave, in this instance, we're going to leave the DNS server blank and say OK. I'm going to close. We would have now assigned a particular IP address to this machine. For the other two machines, I would have done the setup already. We'll just go through it. Firstly, let me just recap for the computer name. I go into My Computer Properties, Advanced Setting, and the computer name. I would have clicked Change and change the full computer name to Server B. Let's go back to Start, Control Panel, Network and Internet, Network and Sharing Center. We're going to check Change Advanced Settings. Again, this is for the Windows 2007 server, and you want to ensure that you turn on Network Discovery, turn on File and Printer Sharing, scroll down, turn on Sharing Access to the networks, to the public folders, and you want to turn off Password Protect Sharing. So that. Change Adapter Settings, and you have your local area connection. Right click, Properties, same thing applied. Remove the Internet Protocol version 6, version 4, and highlight Properties. And for the Windows 2007, I used the IP address 192.168.0.2. Remember, for 2008 server, I use 0.1. The subnet mask defaults automatically, but in this instance, the default gateway I am going to connect, because I'm going to promote the Windows 2008 server to the domain controller. The default gateway, I use that particular IP address of 192.168.0.1 and the preferred DNS server of 192.168.0.1. Say OK, close, leave that there. We're going to look at the XP machine. The same concept applied for the renaming. So we're going to just move on to the actual connections, the local area connection. So you go to Start, Control Panel, Network and Internet Connections. Scroll down, Network Connections, and for your local area connection, right click again, Properties, and this is limited. It's not the wide span as compared to the Windows 2007 and 2008 servers. So you simply go to Internet Protocol TCP/IP, Properties, and again you're going to use a static IP address. Remember, 2008 we had 192.168.0.1, 2007 we had 02. So for the XP, I use 192.168.0.3. The subnet mask defaulted automatically again, and the default gateway, again, we're going to point back to the Windows 2008 server with the preferred DNS server being the same IP address of 192.168.0.1. Say OK. Okay. Nice. From there, let's go back to the Windows 2008 server. We're going to go to Start. Let's go to Networks. Within your networks, you're going to have all three machines, server A, server B, and server C, all connected. Because of my internet connection, remember this was the initial default computer name, that would blank off with refreshing of the screen eventually. Now we want to ensure that all the machines are connected and they can talk to one another. Firstly, I'm going to check the configuration of my Windows 2008 server. So by pulling up a command prompt, I'm going to go to ipconfig, press enter, and this tells me the Ethernet adapter local area connections for my machine. I have IPv4 address, that is my IP address, the subnet mask, and the default gateway. I want to ping the other two machines, 192.168.0.2, and we're getting replies. And we want to ping 192.168.0.3. This is our confirmation that the Windows 2008 server can actually connect to the other two machines. I'm going to repeat the same steps for the other two machines. Start, search cmd for your command, and ipconfig. If you notice the IP address 192.168.0.2 and the default gateway pointing back to the Windows 2008 server. Ping 192.168.0.1, and you get any replies, and you want to ping 192.168.0.3. It's what we use for the XP machine. There we go. And lastly, we just want to make sure again that all machines are connected. So let's bring up our command prompt and ipconfig. We have our static IP address and the default gateway. Ping 192.168.0.1, and you're getting replies, and you ping 192.168.0.2 for the 2007 server. And there we go. We would have made connections with all three virtual machines. In our next tutorial, we're actually going to promote the Windows 2008 server to the domain controller. So for now, that's it until our next tutorial.